Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do some tissue cultures. So this is my kind of first time doing it. In one of my previous videos, you saw me unbox this Monstera electrolyte, this Monstera obliqua napo, this philodendron Florida Beauty by Tortum, this Monstera lemon pom pom, and this Monstera bulbasaur. Let's get started. All right, so first thing you want to do is kind of get all of your tools and things that you'll use ready. So here I bought some cups for tissue cultures online on Amazon. That's what I'm going to be putting each of the plants in. Right here I have some sphagnum moss that I also bought off Amazon. Came in a really condensed package. So what you'll do is rip off a chunk, put it in one of these bowls, and then fill with distilled water. And allow the moss to saturate and expand. You'll kind of know exactly how much you need once you start doing it. And then this is a bowl with distilled water as well that I'm going to use to rinse the plants off. And I actually started first by taking all the plants out of their packaging and then rinsing it in the sink. And the reason I did this, even though, they say to use distilled water and stuff to avoid the minerals hurting the plants, is because ChatGPT said it was okay too. So I went for it, I sent it, I don't care. I think you're doing it for a relatively short period of time, then it should be fine. But I've noticed that the running water helps to get all of the agar substance off of the tissue cultures really easily. So like I said, I went through with each of these 5 plants and I rinsed them in the sink first. And so now I'm going to take them. This is the Monstera bulbasaur. A little closer look. And I'm just going to rinse it in this distilled water. I've been kind of looking at all the roots, making sure that I got them all clean. Everything like that. It's just kind of a little bit of a process, but like everything in life, if you just start good and take things slow and figure out the right way to get things set up, then it should allow these plants to grow a lot faster with no issues. So I'd say that's probably pretty good. Just a little rinse. I have some paper towels here. I'll just kind of sit it on it real quick, wipe off some of the moisture that I've got on the leaves, kind of gently. And like I said, this is my first time doing it, so I expect all these plants to live, but we'll see. Okay, so got that one done. I think all the roots are good to go. Now I'll just take some of this moss, and what I'm going to do is just kind of squeeze it, get a bunch of the water out, because this stuff holds a lot of water. Maybe grab some more, squeeze it. Okay. And once water stops running out really fast, you're probably good. So now that I just compacted this, I'm kind of gonna let it breathe a little bit, rip it apart a little bit. And then I'll just place this right in the bottom of the cup and just make sure that it's kind of loose. You don't want it to be too compacted. You want the roots to be able to grow easily. I'm going to fill it only about half full or a little less than half because this thing's got some deep roots. But we'll just take it. We'll put it right in the moss. And then I'm going to try to shove these roots down a little bit just because they're pretty thick. So I'm going to put this right here. Try to hold the leaves up, so they don't get too damaged. It's kind of hard. This one has a lot of roots. And take some of the moss that I just drained out. I'm just going to kind of fill around the outside rim of it all, just to kind of wrap it around the roots, protect the plant, everything. Shove some more of this in. Okay. I don't want to push it in too hard, but I kind of got to push it down to get these roots to stay. So I would say that's one done. So now I'm going to grab the top. As you can see, it's not going to look pretty or perfect. It may if you're more attentive than me, but I don't care as much about these leaves that the plant has now as much as getting roots established and getting the next, or setting this thing up for success in the future. And that's kind of what tissue culture is about. It's not really buying a plant, receiving it, and it looks perfect already. It's just waiting for it to grow. So there's one. All right, next up, let's do the lemon, or no, this is the electrolyte, I believe. Yeah, the electrolyte. Look at that, it's pretty. It's one of my favorites. Just kind of douse it in this distilled water. I'm gonna just kind of shake it around. You know, I clean these pretty good in the sink, but this is just the last little secondary wash. Like I said, the sink to me was kind of easier, and I'm all about, what do you call it, convenience. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, she's good to go. She's got a new leaf growing. Sit this right here. I'm gonna grab some moss. Like I said, you know, drain it out again. I would say the reason that I'm doing tissue cultures and stuff like that is because I like these rare plants, and I don't have over $100 to spend on each individual plant because I kind of want a lot of them. So I'm doing this basically to give myself like a faster way to getting these plants for a little bit cheaper price, even though it requires kind of a little bit more work. We're just gonna watch them grow from the very early stages on. That's kind of what I'm into at the moment. You can learn a lot more about each individual plant, its kind of characteristics, what it likes, what it doesn't like, things like that. So just kind of desaturating the moss a little bit, making sure it's not too thick. Now I'm just gonna take some, see right there. So if you are interested in like the tissue culture stuff, I got all of these plants off of, what's it called? Palm Street, which is like where these live sellers do auctions and stuff. And this one in particular I got from Orange Lake Nursery, this whole batch. I've noticed you can get them for cheaper prices than if you see on Etsy and stuff, which is kind of cool. And also they just have like a more wide range of plants than you can find and like search individually on Etsy. So it's kind of cool to be able to like be on the auction and see something that you might like and get it for a pretty good price. So 2 done. Okay, and as you can see also, these cups that I bought off of Amazon have like a little twist top that you can twist to close it entirely or leave it open a little bit. You want to close it entirely for this first week or two, just to let the plant acclimate. The tissue cultures are grown in 100% humidity environment, so it's kind of just giving them, keeping them used to like their normal environment, but you're switching it up because you're putting them in like actual planting medium, i.e. the moss. And so, yeah, they're done. They're out of their incubator stage. They're into their like living life stage in the real world with hard physical objects like the moss, I guess. I don't know. But there we go. Just kind of douse that one. I know on like ChatGPT and stuff, it says you can use like a hydrogen peroxide solution to kind of like disinfect your plants and stuff like that. But we're not going to. I am just going to risk it. I think all of these looked pretty good, like they didn't have any infection or anything like that. So we're just going to trust that nature will take care of us. So this one that I'm working on is the Philodendron Florida Beauty by Tordum. It's one of my favorites. Can't wait for this thing to get huge. It just has like this beautiful green, white variegation from like the Florida Beauty, but it has like the kind of a little bit spikier leaves almost than the Florida Beauty does because of the Tordum. So give you a little look. It's really exciting. I got one that's not in tissue culture too because I couldn't wait for it to grow, so that's all right. We'll see which one grows faster, but I'm really excited for these. I think they're just stunning. And they're very hot right now on the plant market, I guess you would say. because of how pretty they are and stuff. So, okay. Like I said, don't push in too hard. Don't plant it in too firm. Just kind of, just be gentle with it. It's just a baby. Okay. Completed. That's what it kind of looks like. Applied. Coming on up. Okay. All right. There we go. 3 down, 2 to go. Okay, next, let's do the oblique napo. My wife got me to buy this one on an auction because she got excited, saw that it was a Monstera. She's like, yeah. We'll see how this one does. I think they like high humidity a lot more than some of these others, even though the others kind of like high humidity as well. So we'll see if I'm able to keep it alive in our normal conditions once it gets out of the tissue culture. I don't think I'll have any issue with it while it's in tissue culture, but after that point, we'll see. Might have to get like a humidifier or something to stay around it to mimic that natural rainforest environment, I guess. But kind of why I got all these plants, it brings like a rainforesty vibe into your home, makes you feel better. You get to smell like the fresh plants and everything, fresh air. Kind of just, it's like any type of decor or furniture. It's just like adds a little something to your space that's pretty, calming. It's easy in our society to like be on your phone all the time, or like just not involved with nature and not seeing like what you're supposed to with like all the different life cycles and everything like that. So it's kind of fun for that reason to buy something that lives, and like I said, it's like art, right? But it grows. So you get to see it grow over time. You get to take care of it, nurture it. Better care that you take of it, the better it grows, the more beautiful it is for you. So it's a symbiotic relationship. It's beautiful. And that's why I like it. I feel like I learned so much along the way. I've never done this, obviously, so it's just kind of my first attempt at it, and hopefully all of these go well. But there we go, oblique napo down. Alrighty. I'm kind of leaning towards the side of not leaving the moss too wet. Just because I'm indoors, I don't have like a lot of like heat coming in that would dry it out very fast. So I think this will be good enough for like a week or two. It'll suffice. So last one is the lemon pom-pom. Monstera lemon pom-pom is probably the one I'm most excited about, just because it's like the most expensive right now. Even though, like I said, on Palm Street, you can get some good deals, because I got this one, I don't remember what for, $30-something, but like they're going online for like over $100. So I'd consider that a steal. It's already got a third leaf coming. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna do the little rinse, kind of shake anything off. I noticed whenever I was like rinsing it in the sink too, that some of the roots on some of the different plants came off, and I'd call that natural selection. It's just like, it's either gonna live and stay on or it's not. So they decided to part early. I'm not too upset about it. It's all right. Won't get my feelings hurt. But this is the last one. This has been exciting. I hope you guys have learned a lot. Like I said, actually, I don't know if I said this, but just try new things, like if you are interested in like rare house plants and stuff like that, try Palm Street, try some of the live auctions. If you know what you're looking for, you can get some good buys, but you can also be tricked into like, oh, it's a live auction, this is the plant I want, I'm gonna buy it regardless and spending more. So the whole point of that app for me is getting kind of good deals on things that I want. So I try to be pretty strict with what I buy on there, but I wanted to do a huge order, kind of like I did in my unboxing videos and stuff like that, so that I could get a lot of these going and growing and start getting some things established. Eventually I'm going to start selling some of these plants, which is exciting, but it's kind of a it's just a process. I'm going to take things slow and I'm going to do it naturally. We're going to grow. You're going to get to see me grow. You're going to get to see my plants grow, everything like that. So there's a lemon pom-pom down. What I'm going to do with these plants now is I'm going to put them all under the grow light for like a week or two, just to let them get some sunlight, you know, stay in these high humidity areas, and nurse them into full health. I'm really excited about it. Thank you guys for joining. That's 5 plants done in kind of a relatively short time period, but get the stuff off the Amazon, the pots, the moss. You can get it relatively cheap. Use the distilled water, put the plants in very lightly into the moss, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm just kind of being faithful, trusting that these are all going to live and everything. Like and subscribe, and if you do so, you will be entered to win a free plant on the 10th video. So thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoy.